This one was fun.
Yeah.
Inside Gainbridge Fieldhouse, that place was electric.
Yeah, and it's good to see it again this morning. Like,
Yes.
I was a little nervous yesterday because I'm like, both teams don't seem to want to win at home.
And I know we're not supposed to talk about statistics. It's a team game, and
Yeah.
especially this time of year. Who cares about statistics? Well, you care about them.
Yeah.
When you have a night like Tyrese Halliburton last night, that is one for the ages. He actually made NBA history, as we'll hear
We're going to
later
talk
on.
about all the ways
Yeah.
that he did make history this morning. But good morning to you. Glad you're up with us here on 13 Sunrise, 6 o'clock on your Wednesday. I'm Dalia along with Samantha and Chuck, who has some news about our weather that is kind of what we've been talking about all week.
It really is. This is a trend that we really noticed after the parade was over on Saturday. Then Sunday was and it's been kind of like that since then, hasn't it? I want to show you live Doppler 13 radar. This is an area of rain near Rensselaer. So this is I-65. Here's Monticello, Indiana Beach area. There's a little bit of light rain there and a little bit of light rain just to the south of Connorsville, Cambridge City, Centerville, over towards Brookville. Now, this is significant rain because this is now, it's raining all the way between Seymour and Columbus, down towards Austin, and the rain's a little heavy now just to the south of Bloomington. In fact, as I zoom in here, you can see Bedford over towards Lake Monroe. Here's Nashville. So on 46, a few sprinkles that will turn into rain. It's already raining pretty hard now in Story. That moves into downtown Nashville. For us in Indianapolis, a little bit later today is when we'll probably get our rain. And honestly, I'm not expecting that much. It's just going to feel like it's going to rain much of the day. Here's another line of rain, Decatur, Illinois, moving into Champaign. And that is on the way eventually toward us. 59 right now here, 59 also in Carmel, and 59 in Greencastle this morning. Later on today, if you're headed to the airport, a chance for rain this morning, but not much. All the flights are on time, as we told you out at the airport, and a high of 70 today. We do think a lot of that rain, what we do have this afternoon, will be out of here by 6 p.m. More on that in a few minutes. Let's take a look at traffic this morning, and you continue to look to the south, right, Lindsay?
That's right. Want everyone coming northbound on 65 near Southport Road to be prepared for this new traffic flow pattern. Had some work overnight just north of Southport Road. Still see we got some crews out here. Going to be doing a new traffic flow pattern as you approach that I-465 junction. And with those lanes transitioning, there could be some backups that eventually develop. Still looking at pretty light traffic flow heading northbound on 65 now, but this is what you're going to be running into. Notice we've got these barricades and cones set up, and then down to just 2 travel lanes continuing northbound under that 465 junction on the south side. Now, this is a part of that big project that goes all the way up to the south split. So we're going to continue to monitor any delays that do develop here on 65 northbound. As of right now, looking pretty good, but we'll let you know if there's any issues.
All right, Lindsay, thank you. Right now, we are following breaking news from the east side of Indianapolis.
We've been following this for about an hour and a half now, where we've learned the person shot on Gladstone Avenue has now died. IMPD shared that update with us about 30 minutes ago. The area they're still investigating is near East Washington and Sherman Drive, right behind the Shepherd Community Center.
So here's what we know right now. Police tell us this shooting happened just after 3:30 this morning. They say EMS rushed that victim to the hospital, where we understand that person later died. So we'll be sure to pass along any new information as soon as we learn more from the scene.
Well, your time is 6:04. It's what everyone will be talking about this morning. The energy after the blue and gold beat the Knicks last night, right here at home. 130 to 121 was the score.
It was a much needed win for the Pacers after they lost to the Knicks on Sunday, but they got that energy back. Right now, the Pacers lead the series 3-1. And you know what that means. The Pacers are just 1 game away from the NBA Finals. Tyrese Halliburton led the Pacers to the win, putting up 32 points during that game. Halliburton also scored his second career postseason triple-double with 15 assists and 12 rebounds without any turnovers. And that's the first time anyone's recorded a stat line like that in NBA playoff history.
He was asked about those stats. He talked about it on his post-game presser.
I'm just trying to play the right way, man. I just want to impact winning. That's what it's about, and I feel like I did a good job today. But, man, I feel like there's so many different opportunities for me to get better and for us as a group to get better and play better. So we'll take what we can from this game and just be ready to go for Game 5.
All right, and that is set for tomorrow night. The Pacers back in New York at the Garden for Game 5. Tip-off for that one set for 8 o'clock.
He's staying humble there. We're going to have full coverage right now on Channel 13 coming up soon.
Super proud. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The Knicks were making a good comeback there at the end, but the Pacers held strong. The fans were really on top of their stuff, so it was phenomenal. They're going to close it out at MSG. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Bring it on back. Finals. Here we come.
All right, you heard it here first. The blue and gold keeping fans on the edge of their seats last night. We stopped by Tom's Watch Bar, where, as you can imagine, fans were glued to the TVs.
And we talked to some people who say that they were getting a little worried when the Knicks started to come back. But now they say there's no doubt about the finals. So now fans are looking for another win tomorrow night in New York. And it was really cool to see those fans watching that, at some of the bars and hanging out downtown.
Yeah, and there was one special guy, though, from New York who got to see this game in person. You may not know his name. It's Hans Perez, by the way. But you've likely seen this video.
Yeah, in a viral moment, Perez was spotted wearing a Tyrese Halliburton jersey proudly, but in enemy territory. He was walking by Madison Square Garden during the Knicks' previous series with the Celtics. The crowd wasn't having it. They were harassing him, who just keeps walking pretty calmly and walks away.
Yeah, you may have seen this video online. So did Tyrese Halliburton, who invited Perez to come to Indy for Game 4, and the city really rolled out the gold carpet.
Yeah, he got an escort, a fire truck that picked up Perez from the airport. He's a New York City firefighter, by the way, so that makes sense. He was greeted at his hotel by Boomer, the Pacemates, and then we were there to capture the special moment.
I found something different. At the time, the Pacers were really good when I was growing up. So, yeah, just stuck with them ever since, and then just loved them, and then they just have my heart, man.
So he's not even an Indy native. He was actually his first time here in Indy, and he sure got a big dose of Hoosier hospitality and Halliburton hospitality to invite him to the game there. So this past weekend was huge for Indianapolis. Not only did we have race fans from all over the world here in the Circle City, but we also had Fever fans in downtown on Saturday.
Yeah, the Racers, the Pacers, the Fever, and more fans, of course, from New York as the Pacers hosted the game last night in Cambridge. So Matthew Foltz is live outside the Fieldhouse this morning. Matthew, we're curious to know just how much money flowed through the city the past weekend.
So the Indy Chamber of Commerce tells 13 News that more than $450 million came in over the weekend, and that does not even include Game 4, which was a sellout here at Cambridge Fieldhouse last night. And this morning, we're actually hearing from some small business owners throughout the city who say how much this weekend actually meant to them. So it really all started on Friday with Carb Day, then Fever was on Saturday, then you had the Indy 500 in Game 3 on Sunday. And bars and restaurant and Speedway that we spoke with say they're grateful for the large crowds of the Indy 500.
Also take time to enjoy the clients when they come in from out of town. We had people here from Brazil. We've had people here from Australia. We have people here from San Antonio, all over the United States.
Yeah, we really saw everyone from all over, and it really means a lot to the city. So the Indy Chamber of Commerce also tells 13 News that those final numbers could go up, as it might take another several weeks or even months just to calculate how much all of these sporting events will bring to the city. And keep in mind, we might even have at least 2 finals games here if the Pacers make it to the finals, plus the Brickyard 400, as well as the WNBA All-Star Game. Reporting live outside of Cambridge Fieldhouse in downtown Indy, Matthew Foltz, 13 News.
All right, Matthew, thank you.
Your time right now is 6:10. This morning, a Hamilton County man is under arrest accused of stabbing a man and harassing another at a brewery in Carmel last week.
And all of this stemmed from a fight while they were watching Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals between the Pacers and the Knicks. According to court documents, 24-year-old Jared Funk of Carmel started harassing 2 Knicks fans during the game.
A short time later, the 2 Knicks fans say that they walked outside, but Funk followed them. He attacked them and even stabbed one man in the back. This morning, he's charged with battery and disorderly conduct.
We also have an update this morning on the investigation into fan behavior at one of the Indiana Fever games.
Yeah, the WNBA says that it found no evidence to support the claims of racist comments made by fans towards Angel Reese of the Chicago Sky during the Fever season opener. The WNBA launched an investigation into those allegations. They say they talked with fans and the team and arena staff, and they also reviewed video and audio from that game.
So we heard from the Fever. They released a statement saying, quote, "At Gainbridge Fieldhouse, we are committed to providing the best possible basketball experience for players and fans where hate speech has absolutely no place."
Well, tonight the Indiana Fever are back in action on the court.
And they'll be taking the court without Caitlin Clark. We told you this earlier in the week. Caitlin is dealing with a left quad strain, and the team says she'll be out for at least 2 weeks. Now, head coach Stephanie White says this is really an opportunity for a team that has a lot of depth. So we will have more on what it will take to get a win tonight during your Fever Minute coming up in the next half hour of Sunrise.
It is a game you can watch right here on WTHR, as we are your local TV home for the Fever. Tip-off against the Washington Mystics is at 7:30 tonight. Good morning, Chuck.
Hey, good morning, Julia and Sam. Folks, good morning to you. A lot of cloud cover out there. A day very similar to yesterday. In fact, take a look at this. Rain now moving into Bloomington, Columbus, and Nashville on the way towards the Indy Metro. Our rain chances continue all the way through Friday, and we'll break down how much I think we're going to get coming up.
Well, this morning, aid is now being allowed back into Gaza after being blocked for nearly 3 months.
At 6:15, the chaos after thousands of desperate Palestinians rushed to receive that help.